welcome students to another ES for Business and Life video, or English Solutions for Business and Life. Okay, so today we're going to be covering Unit 7 that corresponds to that unit called New Business, and that is from our Market Leader book for you, pre-intermediate student. In this case, we're going to be covering the grammar of that book in that unit too. Let's begin. Today's lesson will be about time clauses. For example, we'll place the order as soon as you send the payment. As soon as is our time clause, our expression when we introduce a time clause. Alright? Well, time clauses can be when, the word when, and it is used for introducing the time clauses. Time clause is an incomplete sentence that refers to a time or a situation. Okay? We have examples for the past, the present, and the future. Let's read them. Let's go back a little bit here and read them again. For example, I remember the day we started working here very well. Oh, well, maybe we can change that very well to the beginning. I remember very well the day that we started working here. That is a past time. We can refer also to present time. When you have trouble with your computer, you can always call me. Alright, then we have our expression to introduce a time clause. You can always call me, or you get here in trouble with your computer. That's the time clause. We can also talk about future time. For example, I'll send you the files when I have them ready. That's future time. When, making an introduction for a time clause, and we know it's future because we have the presence of will. Okay, we can also use other expressions such as while, before, as soon as, we already mentioned that one, after, and until. They all work in different ways. I'm going to explain in detail how we can use them and when do we use them. Examples. He checked our progress on the project while we were waiting at the meeting room. Here we're talking about two actions that happened in the past. Those two actions were two actions, one in the past and one was in progress. We have checked our progress and we're waiting. We have one action that happened perhaps quickly, and one action that took some time. We were waiting. So we can divide it with while, indicating that two actions both happened at some point. They happened at the same time, or they were happening at the same time. Okay, now we're going to analyze the second one, which is as soon as, and we will also check until. Alright, so example. I'll be glad to send you the file as soon as my computer gets fixed. As soon as means that the right moment this happens, I will do this. It's like a promise in this case. So one more time. The moment this computer gets fixed, I will send you the file. Number 2, we use until. I want to use a different color here so we can have a little more highlighting right there. Okay. So now we have the next example. We won't be able to proceed until you send the blueprint. Okay, so this is very similar as soon as. So until is actually a negative situation or is a situation that will prolong or last until, in this case, well, redundantly speaking, something changes. So, what is situation? We cannot proceed, we cannot continue. Why? Because there is a pending situation, the sending of this blueprint. Okay? So, this will not be possible, the sending of the blueprint, until, once again, we won't be able to proceed until you get the blueprint. I got a little confused right there. Alright, make a little pause right here. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now we're introducing the word after and the word before. Let's read those examples. After entering the information, I get an error message on my screen. Maybe my computer, or a cell phone, or a tablet. So, it's quite simple. After means this is the situation. This would be before, and it would be after. Yes, like those pictures where a person is chubby, like person is big, and then we have the before and we have the after when the person loses weight, does exercise. Now it's quite simple like that. Alright, now we have before. Before going any further, are you sure you can cover all the expenses? So now person is stopping us at this point because she's not sure we can pay. So before continuing, are we sure we can pay? Are we sure that we can cover all, we have the money to do whatever it is planned to do? Okay, now we have some extra notes here. One thing that is important to remember is always make sure you use the right word. If you use the incorrect word, you can give a complete different idea, and that is not good in business. You have to be very clear of what you're saying. Your message has to be very clear, especially if you are trying to sign a contract or get a contract signed, or you want dealing with a new client, or a lot of money is being held or handled. It is very important to use the correct information. Also notice that we use a verb plus ing when using certain words, such as before, while, and after. I'm going to give you some extra examples about this. We have one here. You have to use your password when logging in. So as you can see, we have the expression when, and right after we have a verb plus ing. Example number 2. He was having a lot of problems while taking that call. So, after a while, we have again verb plus ing. The reason of this, well, this is the way English is built. Do not analyze too much this. There's no usually a translation in Spanish. Actually, if you translate this to Spanish directly or literally, it will not make any sense. So don't think about it too much. It is just the way it is. Just try to memorize. We have more examples. You should call tech support before returning the product. So we have again the expression before, and then we have ing there. We have another one. After receiving the good news, she wanted to celebrate with her friends. Once again, expression we talked about, verb plus ing present. It's not actually a verb. You will see this later on. But just know that after before, and after a while, etc., we normally use a verb plus ing. Well, thank you very much for listening, watching. You have any questions, you can always talk. Go over the information with your teacher in class. Don't forget that's the most important part, that you attend to your class. And of course, this is extra help, the videos. Don't forget that we cover Unit 7, the new business, market leader, for you, pre-intermediate student, and we covered the grammar. And today's lesson was about time clauses and introducing them with some expressions. Those expressions were when, while, before, as soon as, after, and until. We went over all that very quickly, and don't forget a few notes that I had here. Make sure you use the correct word and that ing ending at some examples. You can double check the examples. Thank you very much, and see you on our next video. Goodbye.